This is my new plot. Plot 25. I've just taken on another plot. Put some more potatoes in there very roughly, as you can see. I've got some earlies, Red Duke of York, and some Mozart. And put this cover down here, and as you can see I've cut some holes out because this is going to be my squash area. So I've got 6 butternut squash plants to go in here. Another path. Loads of things, probably swede, turnips, more parsnips. So that's going to go in here. There's quite a few weeds. Potatoes from whoever had it before, last year's crop coming up. All the way to the end here. I've put some posts in that another plot neighbour Mick kindly gave me. 3 posts there, and I've got some wire because I have today planted my loganberry and a tayberry in here. I'm really happy about that. This area looks like some raspberries, some currant bushes in there, and a lot of grass and weed, and that was a massive ant's nest. So that all's got to be cleared and tidied. Got this lovely bench, look at this lovely bench. There's another bed here. Compost area, and then nettles, and all the nettles and everything at the back will stay there because it's a deterrent for people climbing over the fence to get into the allotment. This is my shed. Let's open that. Shed. Cut off again. There's a lot of these things, all these things are in here left from the previous plot holder. So it'll all be moved to one side for a while in case she wants to come back and collect it. I'll tidy it up a bit. There's a potting bench there, a shelf there. It's in pretty good nick. It's quite a nice carpet on the floor. Little bit of shelving there. 2 toilet roll holders. So we got, oh, it's got hooks. You can get one came in. So there. So I now have 2 allotment plots. So both 10 rods. So it looks like I've got my work cut out for me. And on this side of the allotments, this is the chicken side. You can see there. So if you want to keep chickens down here, you can only have them on this side of the allotment. Now I'm not going to be keeping any chickens just yet, but is something that I would consider doing in the future. So if and when that time comes, I'm now on the right side to keep chickens. So there you go. Whee! Down here. Get that right. Hello. It's a gorgeous, gorgeous day today, and I thought I'd just show you what I've been doing. Here, I've been painting the shed and the decking and the bench. Right, so the fed's all finished. The shed's all finished. Go around there. Doesn't it look beautiful? Okay, so the first job's done. Put my cauliflower in here, giving it water and firmed it all down. There we go. So next thing I'm going to do is this carrot bed here. As you can see, it's full of weeds. This is my plot neighbour Richard. And say hello, Richard.
Hiya.
And he's building me some shelves in my shed. Woohoo! My shed's starting to get really messy. Look. So now it's going to be all nice and tidy with my new shelves, isn't it, Richard?
Yes, it is.
He don't mind because he gets loads of coffee made for him.
That's the best coffee in town.
Hello. So it is Wednesday, the 5th, I think, of July, and as promised yesterday, I am going to now give you a full July tour. So, I'm going to turn you around. Ooh. Now we're starting on plot 25 because this is where I spend most of my time. Ooh. Right. So, here is the shed. It's still not finished painting inside, as you can see. But I've now got my tool hooks up and everything's all nice and neat and tidy in there. And this area here, this is obviously my compost area. There's a few bits still left from the previous plot holders that need to be moved, and all this nettle area here I've left as is, as a deterrent for people jumping over the fence. But my plan for next year, or possibly over the winter this year, is to clear all this, and I want to build a wildlife pond, a pond and a wildlife area here, because we're getting new fencing. Hopefully by the end of this year we're going to have all new fencing along here with the the real spiky stuff. So once that fencing goes in, then I can clear all this and build my pond. Now this is my flower and herb bed, my little seating area. Zoom out. There. This is where my grapevines, the remaining grapevines are, which I'm hoping are going to do much better next year. The plan is to obviously put up like the posts like I've got on the other one there. They will go up here, and then that will give them some support. So if we go around here, this is the fruit area. which I'm in the middle of weeding at the moment. Okay, so here is my cosmos. Isn't it pretty? This is the cosmos that I transplanted that was growing in the potato beds, so I moved it here and that's doing really great. This is one of my cauliflower beds. Don't need to lift it. There's quite a few, well actually I've not seen too many today, but the last couple of days I've seen quite a few of the cabbage whites about, so I'm trying not to open these too much. But yeah, these are cauliflowers. They're looking really good, really healthy. And then some more cauliflowers which were planted slightly later. Again, they look good. Get through the jungle that is my oh, there's a cabbage white. And my cabbages are starting to heart up. Oh, don't they look beautiful? I don't look at these actually that often, the cabbages, but they're looking really good. I'm really pleased. Look at that one. Yes. Okay, gherkins. These are so prolific. I only picked yesterday, and well, I'm basically picking every day. They grow so quickly. I've completely run out of jars to pickle them, so I won't be growing 11 plants next year, but I definitely will be growing them because they're just fantastic. This is my plot neighbour's bit of land that I lent him, so his carrots are in there, and then he's got one row of carrots there, but then he just hoed the rest because the weeds were so bad and there was hardly any carrots in there, so he's just got rid of it all. This is got 3 rows of carrots there and a row of spring onions. They're doing quite nicely. I've never been very good with carrots, so I'm quite looking forward to seeing the final results from these. Then we've got this in this cage here. We've got our purple Brussels sprouts. Ooh. In the little hole. Yeah, we've got some purple Brussels sprouts. There's kale in the middle, and there's 3, I think, normal Brussels sprout plants in there, which were meant to be purple, but it doesn't really matter. So they're all looking really good as well. Really chuffed with those. In fact, I'm doing quite well with brassicas this year. And then we have our purple podded peas. Picked a massive load of these yesterday. Absolutely fabulous. If you're one of those people that really hates faffing about with netting, then this is the pea for you, because as you can see, and I've said in so many videos, it just amazes me that they have not been netted the whole time, not even when they were first put in and they were tiny, and the birds they obviously just don't like them. I like them and I'm going to grow them every year because netting is not really my thing, so these are just perfect for me. My squash is magnificent. Can't speak today. I have so many squash. There's a couple there. The potatoes are still flowering. These were planted really late, these 2 potatoes, so I'm not expecting them to be ready just yet. And that is plot 25. Look at these weeds, guys. Oh, I still haven't finished weeding this area. I've done that half over there. Still got all this to do. And I've got to work out where I'm going to put my apple tree. So I think it's going to go in between. So we've got the grapes here, and I'm obviously going to be putting poles and supports up here for next year. And then I've got another grape there. These poles need to be sorted out, and I've got some special wire twisty things to tighten up the wire. So yeah, the apple tree is probably going to go in between. Hello, here. It's a beautiful day today. Really lovely out there. I have been and I've gone and got some posts for the support for my apple tree. I'll turn you around. Ooh, there we go. I'm going to try and do this a bit steadier because my videos are quite shaky. Anyway, there's two there. These are 8-foot posts, and then the other one is now in the ground here. I've just got to fill in that hole. So we're in the process of putting in the posts. I've already dug the hole where the apple tree is going to go. Just over there. Once the posts are in, I need to do, got some wood to do some struts. Where are you there? Struts just along there to hold the posts in. Right guys, so we've now got all the posts in and we're just doing the struts. Right, it's just stopped raining. The sun's come out again, so I'm going to attempt to plant this apple tree in here. Nice compost. I'm going to put around. Bottom. Got some organic plant food. Yeah. Grow more. Put that in there. And some bone meal. Mix that in. Okay, now this is quite dry, so it should lift out quite easily. There we go. So as you can see, I've just put up this little birdhouse and feeder on the side of the shed. I've left my tripod in the car, so I've had to rest you up on the counter. If you look out there, see all that wood there? I've just sawn the two blue posts in half, and I've collected all the wood, spare wood that I had from the other plot, because I want to make a square compost bin. Here you go, guys. How to make a simple compost bin. I just got to make a lid now. Yay! Happy with that. Hello. It's Tuesday. Ooh, what's the date? Let me check. The 15th of August, and I've come to a decision, and that is that I am going to give up the old plot. Right, so I've got almost half of it done. But I'm going to have a little break because my foot is hurting. So I'm just going to go and have a look around and find something else to do for a bit, and then come back to it. So I've been getting on with it and not filming it. This is where I've got to. So I have. Oh, sorry about that. There is it's like carnival week here, and the school, which is over there, it holds all the carnival stuff. So they've got funny things going on with their sound system at the moment. It keeps making me jump. Yeah, so I have levelled as best I can this base because, and I used a hoe just to scrape off, like, because it was kind of lumpy around here, and also it goes a little bit on a slant upwards that way, so I've had to sort of take off the layers and then rake it over this end. You can't see my hand, can you? So that, and then I've sort of put it down as best I can, and I'm in the process of putting down liner, and then on top of the liner we'll go build a sand. And then we can start bricking round the outside, and yeah, I think I'm doing a pretty good job. I'm quite proud of myself. Let me turn you around and see what I can see. Yep, sunshine. There we go. Oh, now that's really dark. There. Yeah, I'm quite proud of myself. Ooh. I have to call myself a bricklayer on the end of this. Okay, right, I'm going to get on with it, and I'll show you as I go along, just little clips, because I'm sure you don't want to see me like do the whole thing. That would be really boring. So I'll catch you in a bit, guys. Now, I've put the bricks round, but I haven't concreted them in yet, and they're not properly levelled or anything, so I've just put them round to mark it down. Yeah. Woohoo. Right, morning guys. It's Sunday. What is it? The 17th of September. I'm in the car because I'm going to a little farm that is in the next one of the next villages around Clacton, to go and have a look at some chickens. Yes, that's why I'm actually going to do it. I'm going to have a look and choose my 3 chickens, which are point of lay hens. So I'm so excited. I don't know if I'm going to be able to film there, because obviously I need to ask her. If she'll let me, then that's all good. If not, then you'll see the chickens when I pick them up. So see you in a bit, guys. Right, there we go. Oh, let's see if we can move you over this way a little bit. there. So I finished taking the flowers from the other plot, transplanting them over here, and just made a little rough stepping walkway thing. Let's see if I can zoom you in a bit. It was really nice because I had a robin helping me. He just came and sat right next to me as I was digging. So what I've got to do now is put in the spring bulbs, but I'm probably going to do that tomorrow now. Here we are, guys. The girls are home. Very fine they are too. I've dug over and rotivated this area here. This is where my broad beans, I think, are going to go in here. And I've been marking the bed, so this now will be a permanent path. And then we've got beds like they'll start from here and then it goes over to here, and then there'll be another path, permanent path here once this is done. And then this is where the butternut squash were, which I've now taken the rest of. Zoom you in, just sitting there. So I'm just digging this over, and then I will rotivate it, and that's where this will be my allium bed. So it was going to be at the top there, but I just cannot get through this soil, so I'm going to see if I can get someone to run their tractor over it once it's a bit wetter, once we've had a bit more rain. There we go, guys. I've dug it over and rotivated it, and that will soon be ready for planting my onions and my garlic and my shallots. Right, guys, I'll just show you what I'm doing. I've already rotivated the 2 areas that I dug yesterday. They're up there, I'll tell you up in a minute. And I am now digging out this section. I've dug out the other grapevine, so that's on the burn pile. And yeah, I've just got to dig this over and then hopefully come rotivate it. Sorry. Right, there we go, guys. I'm about to head home. I've absolutely done enough for today. But here we go. I've moved the big bed from the other plot. Oh, I can't even speak. From the other plot over to here, and then I'm just gonna tomorrow I'm gonna take some more soil, or take some soil from over the other plot, fill this up a bit, and then I will transfer the strawberries over. Hello. What day is it today? Tuesday. So it must be oh goodness me, I have no idea. Hang on. It's the 17th of October. So middle of October. And I am at the plot and I have some news for you. How do I tell you? I'll just show you. Ta-da. So this half of next door's plot is now mine. My plot neighbour that has this plot has decided that they're not going to be having chickens anymore down here. So she asked if I would possibly be interested in having half plot, and she's going to have the other half, the top half there. So I said, yeah, I'm very interested, because I think both of us, she's got another plot over there somewhere, and I think we're both of the opinion that we're happy with one. We would like a little bit more space, but we can't take on 2 plots, so it's ideal for both of us. It's right next door to me. I'll have the shed where I'll keep all my poultry food, etc. And yeah, I'm really excited. So guys, yesterday it absolutely chucked it down with rain, so I couldn't do what I wanted to do. So I'm back down today and I'm digging over the first bed here. And this is all the stuff I'm pulling out. And all that, those roots and stuff. And just as I've started to film, it's decided to rain. So anyway, yeah, I'm just doing that at the moment. Hello. Right, so this new plot has now been cleared of the previous tenant's property, so we can have a better look down this end of what we've got. So this is all just like a concrete base. Interesting. I wonder if it's big enough for a greenhouse. Then we've got the shed. Oh, it needs a handle. There we go. Oh, what's this? Looks like a plan. Some sort. Yeah, it's only a small shed, but it will enable me to put a few bits in here so that my other shed isn't so cluttered. I've got a little stool and a table. The chicken food will be going in here, and possibly maybe my canes and stuff, just to declutter the other one a little bit. And she has kindly offered me, for a very cheap price, her chicken coop. So let's have a look. Oh, is that open then? It's stuck. Not open. Okay. Try about the other side. Not really see very much in there. Oh, crikey. It's a bit stiff. There we go. Yeah, pretty clean. Perches there. And something over there. Nest boxes here. What's it got? How do you get upstairs then? Oh, I guess they just jump up there. Anyway, so that will be handy. Open that. Oh yeah, there we go. There's the nest box. Look at the, oh my goodness me, can you see that spider there? Let me zoom you in. He's a big boy. So it needs a repaint. Let me zoom you back out. Oh, sorry, this is a bit yeah, it needs a repaint, but that is going to come in really handy. So I'm absolutely chuffed with that. Shut this door. Yep, really happy. I've just got to get this built now. Just so I can show you what I've been doing. So So I have made a path here next to the strawberries because I tended to keep walking it through it anyway. So then I have you already seen that I've dug over there, and that's on the other plot, and I've put a path in there as well. And then I have cleared the burn pile from here and put it over there so that I could get this dug, which was hard going, I can tell you. It wasn't too bad here, but once, as you can see, let me zoom you in, once we got to this area, it was really, really hard clay. Started at the top here, digging this over, so I'm doing alright with that really, considering it was absolutely so rock hard that when I put a pickaxe on it, it bounced off. Hello! So today it is Wednesday the 25th, I know my date today, of October, and it is warm. I don't know about where you are, but here on the southeast coast, it is very, very warm. For October anyway. So I'm going to turn you round and I'm going to show you what me and another plot holder did yesterday, and that is, let me just turn you that way. We built the frame for the chicken run, or the chicken enclosure. There it is there, and this is the doorway. This will be the doorway, and behind me there is the door. So down here I have a roll of 50 metres of chicken wire, and I am going to now start attaching the chicken wire to the frame. I've done this bit here and that bit along there, and if you look down, I think you can either do, you've got two choices. You can either go down with the wire like this amount, or you can come out that amount. So I've come out that amount, and then I will be covering it over with loads of dirt, and then I'll just let the grass and everything grow over the top of it. Right, I hope you can see that, guys. I'm now on the second layer of chicken wire. So I've done this first side, you can see here, and the back side where the fire pile is. So I've got to do that side and the front. Oh dear. Try moving a hen cage on your own, dragging it through this lot. There we go. Ta-da! So all the chicken wire is on, and next job is to do the netting for the top. Right, so today, guys, I was going to be doing some digging before I pulled the beetroot, but I instead have done the netting on the top of the chicken enclosure. So that is all done, it's all tied in, it's you can see, yeah, it's all done there. And I've also built, haven't built anything, I've made a couple of perches here from some wood that I found at the back of the shed. And I've ordered some tarpaulin to go over half. Morning, guys. It's really early. Well, it's not that early, it's about 7:30 in the morning. Sorry, I'm just trying to get this off. And I've come to let the chickens out. I didn't get to film me putting them in yesterday because, well, not everybody, but quite a few people from the plots, from the allotments, came over to see me bring them over, so it was a bit awkward to film, so I'm going to film now. I'll let them out. Oh, let's put the food back in and do that up. Morning, girls. Let's see how they've been. The eagles. Hello, good morning. Where's everyone gone? There it is. Yeah. Don't sit on that because that's whirling my phone around. Good morning. Okay guys, so I gave up on the metal bin idea in the end because it was just taking forever. And obviously it filled up as well. Once it fills up with ash, like no air can get underneath, so it kept wanting to go out. So I just kicked it over and carried on there. But I've almost cleared this pile now, and I'm just working on this little pile that I had down this end, so I'm just barrowing that up here and chucking it on, and then tomorrow, once I'm going to get all this cleared today, even if it's dark. And then tomorrow I've got another burn pile on the old plot that I need to do. I just want to get it all done before it rains and makes everything all wet. So I've just made myself a nice cup of tea, and I've got my chair. It's must be nearly 3 o'clock now, so I've been sat here since Hub State doing this, and I'm getting a bit bored of just sitting and not. And I know that there's things that I could be getting on with, but I don't want to leave the fire, and I have to keep topping up anyway, so it's all good. Oh, I do love a good bonfire. There was about 6 or 7 of us up here earlier, all had a fire going at the same time. There's another one just down there. Right guys, oh my goodness, what is it, the 3rd of November today, and it's absolutely gorgeous. It's lovely and warm, the sun's shining, it's really peaceful, apart from the kids over in the school there playing. But it's just lovely. The hens are happy at the moment. Right, so let me just turn you around and show you how far I've gotten so far. So I've cleared the big bin here, moved that, and then also moved this plastic one that was here, and I'm about to move that, and then it'll be that one. This is now my little composting area. Put that one. This one. Yeah. This, and then when I'm done I will show you, and after I've done that, if I've got time, I'm going to continue digging this, because I've marked out this area here, and I'm going to put some raised beds in here, so that needs all digging over and weeding. So I'm at the plot now. I might need to change that gas. Just show you what I did yesterday. Ta-da! So I cleared all this area, and I found some slabs underneath here that I don't necessarily need there, so I've moved them, I've dug them up and moved them to there, and they will make the path in my greenhouse. And I also built up the wall around the raised bed, so that's all ready pretty much for the frame to go on top. And then I made some cane holders on my shed, so I've got that one there and that one for the smaller ones, and then there's another one around the other side for the really long ones, which I've only got a few of. So all I've done is used the brackets for guttering, some old brackets there, and then obviously there's too many canes for them to hold, so I had to put in some support here and just cable tie them on, so that makes a barrier for the rest of the canes. I've done that on both sides there. Done a few little jobs like tightening up the these things on the sheds, and I put up my Welcome to Amanda's Allotment sign on the shed, and then on this side, oh hang on, there's the other canes there. On this side I had trespassers will be composted. So yeah, just doing little bits and bobs. And I've got down here, I just bought some of these little nails, they are like horseshoe nails, just because there's a little bit of chicken wire that needs tacking down at the bottom of the door there. So I've got them, and then I've got some proper hinges for the door to the chicken house, because at the moment they've only got like these little square things, oblong things, and they're not necessarily strong enough, so it was just a temporary measure. So I've got 3 of them, so I'll be getting on with that today, and I've also got a bolt for the gate, so that I can padlock it. Yay! So right guys, I'm just having a cup of tea, little tea break, because I've done all of the bottom half now, and the front and the back. So next it's the ladder work to do the roof. So I thought I'll have a cup of tea first and just show you a few things from here. Now I've had to take my boots off because they're all muddy, and I didn't want to shut it in the shed, so I'm going to zoom you in to what I've been doing. So I've dug up all this area here, which was all just grass, if you remember, and I've put in 3 raised beds, and then a path there, and a little path between the next 2, and then I've put some rhubarb. I've moved the rhubarb from the other plot, and I've put a couple in there, and 3 or 4 in there, and then at the end there's some, can't you see, I can't step out the shed, but behind this crate thing here there's some horseradish, just a little bit. And then I've taken all the bark chips from the raised bed area on the other plot, and I'm just putting them in this area here just to make it look nice. Eventually the bark chip will just, apart from where the path is, because I put lining down there, but where I've done it around the rhubarb, it will just you know, right into the soil, which is nice for the soil. So yeah, so I've done all that, and then I finished digging the potato area behind the chicken enclosure, so that's all done now. That's got potash in it, ready for my potatoes next year. And then once I've done the greenhouse, I'm at the moment digging this area here, which was where the brassicas were this year. So that's the next bit to get dug over. And that's it really. I've just been tidying the old plot. Hello. How is everybody? Good, I hope. I have been a busy bee. I think I've already showed you in a previous video that I actually haven't put up yet, the greenhouse. And I've now got a fruit cage done, and I've just been building like a little run from the chicken enclosure to the fruit cage, and 2 of the hens are in there now tidying up, weeding for me, but the others haven't got a clue that the door's wide open and they can come out and have a scratch around in the fruit cage. But I'm going to turn around and show you. Oh. So all I've done is just done this little makeshift run for now, but what I want to do is a proper sort of like movable fence type thing, so that I can put it up whenever I want the chickens to go out. So these ones you can't so I can't get around there. Hang on, let's go down this way. Right, they're all having a little siesta. Some having a dust bath over the back there, behind the stall. There. And then Bluebell there is having a siesta. She's got her eyes closed. And then I've got Margot and Pecky Sue. Oh, where are they? Margot's there by the door, and Pecky Sue is over there. I don't know if you can just about see her through the green netting. Hello. I'm making a picket fence today, so I'm going to turn you round and point you down there. This is as far as I've got so far. But I want picket fencing around here. Around here, so it'll go around there, and a gate where the pathway is, and then I'm also going to put a gate there, and then some picket fencing, possibly mobile picket fencing around where the run is to go to the fruit cage. So I'm starting off with just plain simple picket fencing, and then as I go along, ideas will come to me as to what I want to do, how I want to do it. So I'm back down the allotment, and I do realise that I haven't shown you any allotment stuff recently, but that's what I'm going to do today. So I'm going to sort the chickens out, and then we're going to go and do an allotment tour. Right, I sorted out the chickens, so we're going to do a January plot tour. It's the first one that I've done since I think October or November, proper plot tour. So I'm going to turn you round. I'm going to try my hardest to keep this camera steady. I'm going to start off in the shed. I haven't spent a lot of time in this shed, but it's all pretty neat still. And then we've got the little seating area here where I've got the wallflowers and certain bits and bobs. It does need weeding, so that's the job soon. And I have brought down those daffodil bulbs that I got in the mystery box, so I'm going to be planting a few of those in here as well. And we'll go, that's the flower and herb bed here, which is looking pretty bare at the moment, but I'll stick a few daffodil bulbs in there as well, and get rid of some of those weeds. And the greenhouse, I won't take you in there because there's not really anything in there. But a few the peas that I did at home. I brought those down. And then we've got the nectarine tree there that I potted on. The blueberry just there that I brought in again because I had to take the netting down on the fruit cage. And there's the lemon tree. The glass needs cleaning on the greenhouse, so can't see it very well. And then we'll go round with my chicken shed. Just bought a new bag of food for them. And this is my little area where I've got all my bits of wood that I use for making the fencing and stuff. Get round here, and we've got the compost area, all the compost bins there. That one without the lid on there has got leaves in, but the lid keeps blowing off in the wind. This one is for purely manure, so I've got chicken manure and horse manure in there, and then these two are just normal composting waste, more wood. My water butt there, which is now filled up quite nicely, and then this area at the back here, that's just a dumping area at the moment. And go around here. Oh, I'm stepping over wheelbarrows and everything. So here we've got the little raised bed area, and you can just see in there, see I have rhubarb starting to come up in there. And the everlasting spring onions. And then this bed needs clearing, and that bed I need to get all the dead leaves and everything off the strawberry plants, but it looks as though a few of them haven't made it. And then I've got some more rhubarb there, and another one there. And this fencing needs finishing off along onto the chicken, so it reaches up to the chicken enclosure, which is there. Where shall I go? Take you this way, I think. Oh. So the chickens, I had to take the tarpaulin right back because it was just, that storm Eleanor we had just basically ripped it, and it was flapping so much. The chickens were scared. It wasn't stopping any water coming in. So I've just taken it back, and I need to build a roof on here, so that is a job that needs to be done pretty sharpish. I have actually acquired some, let's see if I can zoom you into there, some corrugated panels there that I will use to build the roof. And I've got quite a lot of wood, long wood at the back there, that I can build sort of a frame for the panels to go onto. So, but the chicks are quite happy. This one here, as you can see, look how red she is now. And when I went to grab her a minute ago, she ducked, and that's a sure sign that they are ready to lay. So this one is going to be laying me a lovely blue egg very shortly, I feel. Which I'm really pleased about. The other one's not so ready, but she is. And this one here is massive. Look at the size of her. This is a cuckoo moran here. And this is a, what are you? Cream crested leg bar. Right. Now let's take you round here. So this is the strawberry, the main strawberry bed. It needs weeding, it needs tidying, and it will be, because I've got 2 posts here, so I've been put in, one there and one on that side, so that and then I will be putting some either wood or canes right across to reach the fruit cage there, and then netting, so it will be an extended part of the fruit cage. And then we have the apple tree, which is looking bare, as they all do at this time of year. Turn them that way. I have actually got another water bar, you see that blue there, so that's full up as well. So the fruit cage, I had to take the netting off because the wind wasn't able to get through, so it was just blowing the actual whole cage. So that was the wrong kind of netting for it anyway, so I've got some proper fruit cage netting, and that's another job that needs to be done at some point. And in the fruit cage I have this is the plum tree here, and then we've got a gooseberry there, and I did have a currant there, but I don't know if you remember from the last videos, it wasn't doing anything, it was dead, so I pulled that out. I've got a black currant here, and a Lakemont seedless grapevine here, which needs to be, we need to put a new pole in there, a new post, and a new post there, and rewire it, etc. I've got another currant here, and then we've got the raspberry canes all along here, and the cherry tree there. So that's the fruit area. There's a couple of grapevines here, but I think they're dead. I'm probably going to pull them out. This is the bed that will have the sweet corn, and so the sweet corn is going here, and then we have some winter squash here, which I will train in amongst the sweet corn, and then just along the edge there I'll have some few courgette plants. Oop. Crikey, I'm getting tangled up in the grapevine. And then this is a potato bed here, and then another potato bed there, and then I've just found out that apparently my half of this plot is smaller than her half, and apparently see where we thought that my plot would start here, it should actually start here. So that's looking like all of that she's actually already dug and done her beds actually belongs to me. So don't really know what we're going to do about that at the moment. So this this bed I think was going to be tomatoes. I think, yeah, tomatoes and swede. And is it carrots and parsnips? I think. I haven't got my plans with me, but yeah, this has all got to be dug out. These Swedes here, I haven't really done very well. They've all got to come out. That's all got to come out. Be dug over. So it's another job. My plot neighbour has actually finished. He's taken all of his carrots now, so that's ready to be dug. All of these are coming out. The leeks, my leeks here, the carrots and the beetroot. That can all come out, and so I can dig over that whole bed. Which I've completely forgotten what that bed was for. I think it's beans, yeah. Yeah, this is the bean bed. Then we've got this bed. This has got some strawberries in here, which you probably can't see because of the weeds, but that all needs tidying up. I'm not sure if I'm keeping these strawberries in here. I really just don't. They don't belong here, really. They were just put in for somewhere to put them at the time. And then we've got peas amongst the weeds, but these are the peas that I thought weren't going to come up. So let me just show you. I don't know if you're going to be able to see amongst the weeds. Let's zoom you in here, there. Yeah, so that goes all the way along the row. There's another one there. They're all coming up. They've all come up. So all the rows have come up. You can probably see better over there. You can see the rows a bit better. Zoom you there. So yeah, that's good. Okay, so then we have this bed here, which is for onions, and that what is it? I think that's a cauliflower. That cauliflower, when that's done, that will come out, and then I can dig that over and dig in all this muck ready for my onions. And then here we have the garlic and shallot bed. Again, it needs weeding, but you can see if I get down a bit, my garlic is all doing really well. And my shallots. Are doing good, except these ones. These shallots here, which were, I think, Griselle. Zoom you out. It's not really doing anything. I don't know whether they've rotted off in there or quite what's happened to those. I mean, some of them have come up, but yeah, we'll have to wait and see. So this bed here, zoom you out. this bed with all these cloches on, this is the brassica bed. I need to move all these cloches further down, take up the liner and put the rest of, or some of my muck, the rest of my muck that I've got here, this half of it where the pallets are, the rest of that's mine, and that's got to go on this bed here, ready for the brassicas, and that's it. So that's my plots. I'm really excited about getting stuck in. He's going to go home soon and sow some leeks and possibly some cauliflower. I also have some sweet peas to pot on, which I will do in another video. And yeah, just waiting for the weather to warm up. It's pretty freezing. Oh, I have had visitors, rats, going in there, and then coming in through, they're building little tunnels through here, so I'm coming along. You can see where I'm stamping them in. I'm stamping their little tunnels in. I'm trying to well, they'll just build another one, but I just want to be annoying to them until I can get hold of some traps or something, which I know my plot neighbour that side has. Yeah, so that's it. Right, let me turn you around. Oh. I am going to plant some daffodil bulbs, and then I shall be heading home to sow some leeks in my lovely warm greenhouse at home. It's absolutely freezing. So I will get on with that, and then I'll do a separate video for the leeks and the cauliflower sowing, because obviously this is probably going to be quite a long video. So thanks everyone for watching. If you liked my video, press the like button and hit the subscribe button if you haven't already. The little bell notification next to that, if you press that, that will tell you when my next video comes out. If you've watched my video on mental health, please share it. I really want to spread the word on how gardening and growing your own food helps your mental health. So please share that video. And thanks everybody for your lovely comments on that as well. Really appreciate it. So I'll catch you in the next video, guys. Bye. Good morning everybody. It's Saturday the something, 20 something of November, and we've just had a really hard frost last night, and it is absolutely freezing. Like literally, so as you can see, I've decided to do some painting inside the shed and get on with trying to finish this. Because I mean, gardening wise, there's nothing that I can do outside. I don't fancy sitting on the porch there outside the shed sawing or banging nails in or anything. It's just so cold. Literally my toes feel like they're going to drop off. So I'm staying in the shed. It's still cold in the shed, but hopefully it will warm up a little bit later. And oh crikey. And I'll at least be able to open the door. So yeah, I think today is mostly going to be, that's what's happened here, the camera's fallen down, mostly going to be painting in the shed. I'll just show you outside. It's quite pretty actually. I'll turn you around, sorry about the close up. Oh. The greenhouse is frozen. The chicken's water was frozen this morning. I had to sort that out. Oh, it's really cold. Yes, so I'm going back inside. Oh, put that on there. There we go. Right. Put it down there. And get on with some painting. Oh, while I'm here as well, I just want to do a shout out to a fairly new channel called Roger and Nikki's, is it Roger and Nikki's Allotment? I quite enjoy their videos, and I'm quite enjoying the little walk that he does, that Roger does on the way to the allotment. Obviously there's not too much going on at the moment, but hopefully if the channel sticks with it, next year when the season begins, I really enjoy watching that. So if you haven't already, pop on over to Roger and Nikki's Allotment. If I can, I'll put the link in the description. And see what you think. What else am I'm enjoying? I always enjoy mix videos. Trying to think if there's anybody else that's quite new. Can't think off the top of my head at the moment. Obviously I love to watch UK, you know, allotment grow how, that's it. I think he's absolutely hilarious. And very good with these camera work or editing, whatever, unlike myself. This is going to take me a while, so I'm sure you don't want to sit and watch me paint all day long, so I'm going to carry on with this and then I'll catch you in a bit.